It is just about 1:30 in the morning now in Christchurch, far ahead of us. But as you can imagine, for anyone who witnessed this, there will be very little, if any, sleep tonight. I want to say good morning, our time, well, morning there too as well, to someone who has just lived through this horrific situation. Mohan Ibrahim is joining me on the phone from Christchurch. No, sorry, I'm seeing you now. I apologize, sir. I thought you were just going to be on the phone. Number one, I thank you for being our guest today, and our condolences to everyone in your community for what you have gone through just 12 short hours ago. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good at this moment. I'm still shaking. I cannot recall whatever I saw on my eyes in front of me. I never expected anything. I'm still like shaking. I don't feel safe around here now.
You don't feel safe. Understandable after what you've gone through. You said what you saw, what happened before your eyes. I know it's going to be disturbing to think about again and to share with us, but could you take us through? You were there in the main mosque, the Al Noor Mosque, for afternoon prayers, and tell me a little bit about where you were in the mosque at that time.
I don't know if you have seen the video that this mosque, it's really a big mosque.
Right.
The main entrance, the shooter started shooting from the main entrance.
So he came in through the main door?
Main door. So he was getting inside. I was inside on the right side of the mosque, where there was, when I heard first a shoot sound from, I thought maybe it's an electric short circuit, and then it was happening continuously. It was getting like close by. So on my right side people and left side people, we had a door. The right side one was the main entrance for the ladies section. So with this door, you can go out to the backyard of the main mosque, where maximum cars are parked there. People come inside and they come early and to get the places to park their car. From that moment, when I was just running out by that door to come outside, and I had to run around. It's a big backyard, so I had to run around 700 to 800 millimeter around, you can say. And I had to jump out to come out of the whole area by the wall. So lots of people, they came out by the jumping for the main barricade of the mosque area.
Okay. So
then it was happening like 10 to 15 minutes continuous shooting, and still within that distance I was able to heard that the big sound of the shooting. So that by that time it was like 10 to 15 minutes, and the police has came, and we had to go around that backside area to the main road of the mosque. So but we couldn't get close to that mosque because of the police and ambulance were like they barricaded on that side. And I saw the people were injured on the road, and from that moment, I went to live on Facebook to show the people and news of the New Zealand that what I have seen. By then, the New Zealand police and the ambulance came to rescue that a person who was like suffering from the bad injury on his chest.
Okay. Mr. Ibrahim, can I just interrupt for a second? I mean, what an account you are, what you are painting for us. So you escaped very relatively, it sounds, early once the shots began. You went out that side door and ran. Did you hear the shooter say anything, or how did he act at that time? Were you able to see anything?
No, I couldn't look back because it was on the other. So there was like a few rooms on the beginning, and then the main area came. There was on the left side, there's a washroom. He didn't enter to the washroom because later on we saw a video on the social media which made by the gun shooter.
Yes.
He made the video, and then he came inside, and then he again went outside to reload his gun, and he came inside again. That time later on we saw that video, but inside on the right side. I couldn't look back to see what's going on because I had to run towards the back door to
Of
go
course.
outside of the area.
Of course. So he was able to shoot from that weapon. Can you tell us anything about what type of weapon he used? We haven't heard anything about that. It sounds like it had many, many bullets and it went on for an extended period of time.
Many bullets. I never seen anything like that. I have always seen something on game that we used to play the game. And later on when we saw the video that he was reloading so many guns and he finished one and then he came out from his car. He just reloaded another one. He went inside to kill other people. Those have killed already. He just wanted to make sure that they are not alive anymore. He just shot again those people.
He shot the people he'd already shot previously to ensure they were dead.
Yes.
What
yes,
a terrible
to
fact
ensure
that
they
is.
are dead.
Were you able to see, 41 people killed in the mosque where you were. Did people begin to fall? Did he have victims as soon as he came in? What I'm essentially wondering is, did you see people perish right in front of you as you were trying to flee?
Yeah, I have seen lots of people we're just trying because the main when he started shooting from the backside, from the main entrance, he was coming inside slowly. By then, lots of people on the right hand side and the left hand side people, they were just coming out by that door. It was so much crowded. One more thing I want to tell you that the prayer started at 2 o'clock and the incident happened in around 1:40 to 1:45. It's a Friday here. It's an official day. Lots of people wait to come in the just before the prayer start. So there's lots of people yet to come to the mosque.
Yes.
I cannot just imagine that the people, they're not it's not the full of the mosque. Still lots of people are just coming on the way.
Yes.
So
well, we know, unfortunately.
On the main entrance.
Yes, that he moved into the women's room, didn't he, after the main men's room as well?
Yeah, so that men's room was there was a man as well. So on the back side there was a woman, but that room there was a lots of men as well. But there's only one. There's two doors. So with that door, these are always open for the back entrance. The people park their car in the backyard and then they come inside.
So we don't know whether, do you know whether all of the victims were men or whether women or perhaps even children were killed as well? Do you have any idea of that?
It's children. When I was getting close by to the mosque, later on I saw that there's, I think, 10 to 12 years young girl. She was just dead on the road, and there was another lady that I know, she's from the same community of mine. Her husband was inside, and later on I saw that he confirmed that his wife died inside. So I have seen the dead body of two lady, and also one I think around 10 to 12 years girl, and one lady was shot, but I didn't see inside because we are not allowed to go inside. The police didn't allow us. Yeah.
But it may be women and children as well as many men who have died in this mosque. And I understand that you were in the main mosque, but there is the mosque, the Linwood Mosque, which is close by, and 7 people died there. And you know some of the people, one of the people who was killed there as well, sir?
So from my same community people, they went to pray as well there, but none of they are safe. But I have seen the 7 people were killed, because I know I'm not close to that people, those people, but I see them every time whenever I go to pray at the mosque, because sometimes I go to the mosque, sometimes I come here. So
yes.
Regularly I go here and there, because there's only 2 mosques. But I can't just believe, because that shooter, he just finished here and then he randomly was driving towards that other Linwood Mosque.
I mean, it's incredible. that he was able to make that drive and then kill even more people. And then, of course, somebody died later in hospital, and many other people are in very bad shape. So even more may die as a result of this. I understand, Mr. Ibrahim, that you don't have any family in New Zealand. What took you to New Zealand? Why did you choose New
Actually,
Zealand?
I came to New Zealand back in 2014 to study here because I chose the country because it's a less like population and fresh, green and safest country that I used to believe. That's the reason I chose to come here. And I've been living here since it's been 5 years that I'm living in this country. So that's how I came. Like I always wanted to become in a country where less crowd and less population.
And so you told me at the beginning of our conversation that you don't feel safe now, but I'm wondering how you were received when 5 years ago, when you moved to New Zealand, whether you felt safe, whether you felt welcomed as a new arrival to New Zealand. How did you feel originally?
Yeah, that was really quite safe, like quite a happy moment that time when I arrived here back in 2014. I never ever expect or never thought that something will happen, which I just saw in front of my own eyes, that I can't believe anymore. I can't claim that it's anymore safe here around.
So what are you going to do now for yourself to deal with this and with the other people in your community? What's next for you?
I'm so sad, like that's I don't know, because I'm just trying to be settled down here, but I don't know, maybe my families are so worried about me because I'm the younger son of my family. And I just wanted to go to a few days back. I had a chat with one of the Asian came from Canada to New Zealand. So I was thinking to move to Canada from here because things were getting hard. But I don't know like what will happen. I feel like I feel like so scared at this moment to go even out of my house at this moment.
Well, the Prime Minister of New Zealand is urging people to make people like you feel very welcome and supported, so you don't feel scared to come out of your house. I have to just come back to that point you just made. You've already been thinking about Canada. You're aware of Canada. You know, the country where I'm speaking to you from just 2 years ago dealt with something similar to this when we had a shooting in one of the mosques in our city of Quebec City. And there was tremendous support for people like you as you dealt with this sadness. So you're actually thinking about Canada, are you?
Yeah, I was been thinking about Canada. That would be my second option because after being here for 5 years, I feel like but things are getting so hard for me personally. Living in this country is okay, but settling here, it's getting so hard. I know, and it's a small, that's living in Christchurch. It's a small town. You can see everything. So that's the reason I'm so scared. Like you cannot compare to Canada and Australia. I mean, in New Zealand. So that was my concern. Like even my family was saying that they wanted me sent to Canada as well. So I was thinking that maybe I'll consider that. But as you said, that happens. One of my best friend lives in Canada as well, and he shared one thing. That same thing happened, I think, in Quebec
in Quebec
2017.
City. Yes, 2 years ago. I mean, that is the sad lesson of all of this. It happens everywhere, Mr. Ibrahim, and even a small city like Christchurch, not immune, and Quebec City is even smaller than that, not immune from what you have lived through. Thank you very much. Thank you for staying up to talk to us. You know, there's a lot of expression of support and condolences from people here in Canada, and we're thinking of you very much as you talk to us about what you've experienced this morning and today. Thank you very much for being my guest today.
Just one thing. I just wanted to say that please just pray for us, like to be the safe around here, because we are so worried. Like things I saw on my eyes. Like I don't know like how I'm gonna just read of it. It's getting so hard like to forget everything because I can't believe my eyes what I just saw. Like I'm really lucky to be able to be alive. It could have been happened to me as well.
I suspect there will be many prayers in many mosques across our country today for people like you and people from your mosque there. Mohan Ibn Ibrahim. Thank you very much.